Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride.
Netball action here, Downtown St. George's, Grenada. That's where we are, the hub of netball for the past 4 days and for the rest of the week. Well, I'll tell you what, this night promises to be probably the most exciting night because all of the ranked teams, the highly ranked teams in this tournament, they're here on court tonight. St. Vincent and the Grenadines ranked 17th in the world. Barbados ranked 19th and Grenada 21st. Well, Grenada is going to host Antigua and Barbuda, which is high up in the standings in the tournament. They've won 3 games out of 4. Barbados, on the other hand, defeated Grenada, and that was a disappointment for the local fans. But nonetheless, St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada will match up on Sunday, God's willing, in an all-important clash. Barbados are inviting the tournament, so eyes would be on St. Vincent and Grenada. Well, Barbados are taking on St. Vincent and the Grenadines tonight, and that's going to happen momentarily. That's the game we're going to cover here in Downtown St. George's. And a win for Barbados will definitely seal victory for them in this tournament, first place in this tournament, although they're an invited country. 10 countries, 1 champion. So my bet tonight is whoever wins tonight possibly can go on to win the tournament. Don't forget, the tournament, if both teams are on same amount of points, well, we look at all the goals scored in the matches. Well, I was covering that game between Montserrat and Dominica. Well, the Nature girls, they had the better of Montserrat. They had 63 to 20 points to Montserrat, and hats off to Montserrat, really making some shots. In fact, Montserrat has the goal shoot from downtown, and that's a thing I'm not seeing in the tournament. Shots coming out, way out on the arc, the circle. So the players are called in now. Any moment now we can see the official taking center stage. Grenada is playing on court number 2, and the all-important clash between St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They're the jewels. I was saying the Vincent Heat, but they corrected me immediately and said Vincent Heat is for the men in football. When it comes to the netballers, it's the Vincent Jewels. So the Vincent Jewels is going to take on the Bajan, should I say Royals? I don't know. I'll probably have to go down to ask them the question, what is Barbados called in netball? Well, I'll take what? I will stick to the Royal Girls. Barbados, 19th rank in the world. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 17th. That's the clash. A good crowd coming on in. Just trickling still. And some of the players from the earlier matches are now into the crowd also. I'll tell you what, the whistle goes, signaling that we're going to have some form of play. We're covering the match. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Jewels, they're coming up against Barbados. Well, we spoke to Johnson from Barbados a while ago. She played for Barbados at the age of 16 years. She capped 200. She will cap 200 international caps here tonight. What a feat for her. Excited is she. So on court now is Barbados. Just to give you quickly the starting lineups for both teams. Well, for Barbados, I'll tell you what, the goalkeeper Charles Christopher, goal attack. Davis, the wing attack. Wing defense is Deshaun. Frederick, goal shoot. The center is Miller. And Pompey is the goal defense. So play has started. early St. Vincent on the offensive. St. Vincent goes up and scores. This is the first point for St. Vincent. St. Vincent won up against Barbados. It's the all-important clash here tonight. We in the first quarter, in case you're just joining us, is the Vincy Jewels coming up against the Bajan Royals. St. Vincent one more time. 2-0. The Bajan Gems. So we're going to stick to the Bajan Gems, yeah. The Bajan Gems. So St. Vincent 2 goes up. Is the early stages, just moments into the game, the match. And I can tell you what, the winner of this match might just as well as go on to win the tournament. So Miller in the center for St. Vincent. For the goal shoot for St. Vincent, she's going to have a workout out tonight. That's Frederick. Frederick and Christopher. Christopher, the goal attack. Barbados on the ball, the Gems. The Gems has it, contact there. Gems is going to have it still. I'm just going to give you quickly the starting lineups for Barbados. Barbados, Agard, well, she's the goal shoot for Barbados tonight. The Gems, wing defense is Alain. Auguste is the goal key. Blackman, the goal attack. Crony, the wing attack. Johnson, the goal defense. So the players to look out for Agard and Blackman. They're the ones entrusted with the responsibility at the rim. 2-1 is St. Vincent over Barbados. St. Vincent goes up. That's Agard. And missing out there, but rebound comes back to St. Vincent. St. Vincent 3. Barbados, the Gems 1. Picking up there is Miller from Barbados. And gets it straight into the goal attack for Barbados. That's Blackman. Blackman scores 3-2. St. Vincent in the center third. Passes out wide. And you expect some nerves in the first. You expect some nerves in the first minutes in this game. St. Vincent up. Barbados with a center pass. 3-2 is St. Vincent. Goes up is Agard for Barbados. And converts. St. Vincent coming away with his center pass now. And I tell you what, guys, the all ever-present, all-important Blossom Alexis is joining me now in both. And, of course, she's my statistician. She's my everything when it comes to netball. She knows the game very well. She played the game. Blossom, welcome to the microphone. And what a match this is providing to be tonight. St. Vincent and the Grenadines against Barbados.
Thank you, Lester. Happy to be here. I was a bit caught up with the first moments of the match, which is why our viewers weren't hearing me. It's always good to be in netball action because it's competitive and some of these matches are very unpredictable, and that's what I expect from this matchup with St. Vincent and Barbados here tonight.
Well, Agard for Barbados. Gems, she has a work cut out. She's a goal shoot. And Blackman also, the goal attack. They will have to be on point tonight because that Vincy Jewels is not going to let out tonight. They coming in as the defending champions. Let's see what they have to offer us tonight. Frederick, the goal shoot for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And she's assisted there by Christopher. So Frederick and Christopher on the other end will have their work cut out for them. So it's Barbados on the run into Agard. Agard goes back out and goes into the, and a nice exchange of play there. But it's Agard coming away with it now, and she shoots and converts. And nowadays, Blossom, we were talking this morning with Bruno Victor, long time in netball, Janice Celestin and these girls, they didn't have the height that these girls have today, and they were shooting from the perimeter. Now it's all about on the rim.
It's all about wanting to make sure that you settle into the spot that you're most confident in, where you know you can net those goals, which is what's going to win this game here tonight, netting your passes. So the girls want to ensure that they are in a position where they're most confident of converting the passes that they receive.
Long ball played in. Aga to Christopher and back to Christopher. And points here for, sorry, not Christopher now, sorry, Agard and Blackman. And that was a good combination play between Blackman and Agard. Picking up play. Nice ball played in. And there goes Christopher. She still has it. She's up and scoring for St. Vincent. Christopher. As I said, Christopher and Frederick will have their work cut out. Agard and Blackman on the other end. Ball goes out of touch to St. Vincent. And early stages in the first half. In fact, it's the first quarter. On the other side of the court, on court number 2, Grenada is hosting Antigua and Barbuda and Blossom. That game is not a walkover.
It's not going to be a walkover. If it's anything, Antigua and Barbuda have put up some strong matches since this tournament started. So Grenada, who finished second last year and are former champions themselves, they have to pull out their A games to ensure they're victorious and they can stay in the battle for the championship trophy.
Well, it's Agard and Blackman. Agard has it. Agard goes up and scores. Just picking it up. 7 to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and 7 to Barbados. So we locked in scores. 7 apiece. First quarter. Barbados on the counter. Long searching ball. Trying to find Agard. 2 powerhouses in the Caribbean. Ranked 17th is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ranked 19th is Barbados. The 2 highly ranked team in this tournament. Of course, Barbados is coming in as an invitee. Invited to this tournament. 8 goals to 7 is St. Vincent over Barbados. Downtown St. George's. The hub of netball for the entire week. And playing with some purpose now is St. Vincent really trying to get out in the lead. 9 goals to 7 is St. Vincent over Barbados. Barbados now trying to see if they can get back into that, have a 1-point goal difference. Contact. Ball is still with Barbados. Blackman has it. Blackman is going to try to find Agard. Agard makes 1 step. She goes up. She's not going to miss from such close range. 9 to 8.
Based on the scoreboard that I'm seeing, Lester, it seems as though St. Vincent is on 11 goals and Barbados is on 8. That's based on the scoreboard. Down
well, subject to correction.
It's 11-8 according to the scorers in favor of St. Vincent, the defending champs.
11
and
to 8.
That shot would have made it 12.
12 to 8. St. Vincent and the Grenadines a 4-point difference. In its early stages. Agard goes up, converts. 12 points to 9, 12 goals to 9. Center pass to the Jewels. The Jewels still with possession. And coming away with it. On the counter attack now are the Barbados Gems. The Gems. Ball goes out of touch. Still with Barbados. 12 to 9. The Jewels looking to close the gap now on this one. Agard goes up and out. Contact, says the umpire. Agard goes up and out again from close range. The Jewels with possession. And we're having a bit of a difficulty catching the scoreboard. Just going to alert them to see if they can make the adjustment. if they're listening, so that we can grab the scores. But we pick up play in the first quarter. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Jewels against the Barbados Gems. The Gems has it now in the center third. Into the attacking third and into the circle. The Gems. They got really jostling for position. Blackman. Contact on Blackman, and there's Agard looking for that one. She goes up and converts. Early stages blossom to call the game. Definitely early
It's
stages.
definitely early stages, but I think St. Vincent is pulling ahead just a little bit, showing their dominance and showing why they're the defending champions compared to Barbados. But Barbados is not to be taken lightly at all. Barbados is a strong team, and they also know they need to bring their A game against SVG.
Am I reading it's 13-12 Blossom, or am I reading it's
12 to St. Vincent, 10 to Barbados.
12 to St. Vincent, 10 to Barbados, and that's the score now. And Barbados intercepting well and winning possession, and up the court they go, trying to increase the tempo and the speed of the game. And there goes Agard. So we 13 apiece now, or 12 apiece. Am I right, Blossom?
12 to St. Vincent, 11 to Barbados.
12 to 11, St. Vincent Jewels over Barbados. Another opportunity now for Barbados to level the score. Agard, but missing out is Agard. 12-11, the Jewels over the Gems. Caribbean netball at its finest. Downtown St. George's, Grenada, the hub of netball. 8 days of exciting netball action. St. Vincent losing out long pass, and the unforced errors continue with all teams in this tournament. The Gems working that ball around. Ball is going to be with the Gems still. Miller. The centers have their work cut out today for them. Miller for Barbados. She has a certain level of fitness that is desired for many of the teams in this tournament. So Agard into Miller. Miller.
Called there for footwork. That's
Footwork on Miller.
a simple mistake that she should not be
And
making.
at that level, Blossom, footwork should not be a mistake at this level.
I agree. That's basic netball.
What do you make of the score now, Blossom, at this stage in the tournament?
At this
in
stage,
the
it is leveled at 12 according to the scoreboard down on the court. So both teams are evenly matched in this face-off, which is not unexpected considering the level of expertise and experience of both squads. So it's still the first quarter, but as it stands now, they're on even keel. So let's see if they will maintain
Well,
that.
it's 13 now to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and 12 to Barbados. Will this match go down to the wire? Only time will tell.
And it's just over 1 more minute left in this opening quarter. So somebody needs to pull out somewhere to stamp their dominance.
13-12, St. Vincent and Barbados battling for possession. A little timeout called quickly by the official. Agard. She goes up and converts, leveling the score once more. 13 apiece. Coming to you from Downtown St. George's, Grenada is the ECCB International Netball Series. The clash between the St. Vincent Jewels and the Barbados Gems. Both teams are 13 apiece in the first quarter. Blossom Alexis alongside me on this one. Barbados taking the lead now. For the first time in the quarter, Barbados up 13, up 14, 14-13 is Barbados. St. Vincent comes back and equalize. 14 apiece. And I tell you what, Blossom, Good interception there from the Jewels. Nice footwork and nice work. And ball goes up a miss. And overturned to the Gems. Yeah, Blossom, if it goes like this, we'll definitely have an exciting finish.
Oh, yes, and I guess that's why they've scheduled it to be one of the final matches of the day, because they know it was going to be competitive, and you want to ensure maximum capacity here at the Tanteen Netball Court so that people can see such fine netball action, and the teams are not disappointing at all.
Well, it's the half. I'm wondering if the point counted at the half.
Let's give them some seconds to see if the score would remain as is. And from what I'm seeing from here, it appears to be 14 all.
14 apiece. So that last point, that last goal there from Aga did not
Okay, it has
count.
been adjusted.
Is it?
The scoreboard has been adjusted. 14 to St. Vincent and 13 to Barbados. So I guess the scorers are getting their ducks in a row. They're getting their ducks in a row.
They're probably not catching up with the pace of the game. So
that's right. They're trying to keep up.
Too fast for them.
Because it is a fast-moving game. Considering the expertise of both teams, this is expected to be quick. There's not going to be much time of idling. I know the scoreboard has been readjusted once again, and the teams are on 14 all. So I guess we'll have to wait to ensure that's the score.
Yeah,
so it's back to 14 all at the moment. So Lester, as it stands now after the first quarter, I can say it is what I expected, that both teams will bring their A games. This is another exhibition match, considering that Barbados is an invited team to this year's ECCB International Netball Series. But nevertheless, you want to ensure that you keep your momentum going. St. Vincent are undefeated as the defending champions. Barbados is another powerhouse, and they are also undefeated so far. So you want to ensure that you keep that momentum. Exhibition or not, your A game needs to be top of the top.
Let's look at the technical ability of these players, Blossom. What do you make?
From what I'm seeing as well, St. Vincent seems to be the more balanced squad in terms of their shooters are on point, and so is their defense. So the two players in both circles are doing what they need to do. The shooters are shooting, the defenders are defending. And Barbados, on the other hand, seem to be placing their emphasis on the shooters. And so far, it's working for them because the defense is not putting up much of a fight. They're trying, yes, but they are not as aggressive as the shooters for St. Vincent. So the defense is just a little bit behind when it comes to comparing both teams. But so far, whatever strategies they have in place, they appear to be working for both squads.
Well, I tell you what, your impressions, if you were the coach on both teams now, what would be your message to the girls?
My message to the girls for St. Vincent, keep doing what you're doing. I don't think there will be much changes that I need to make, because the shooters are shooting, the defenders are defending, the center court players are feeding the balls where they need to do, and that's working for SVG. When it comes to Barbados, however, they need to step up a little bit more on the defense. They need to restrict the Vincentian shooters, because the goal shooter for St. Vincent, she's a tall lady, she's aggressive. When the ball gets to her hand, she grabs it, she doesn't just let it fall into her hands. So they need to meet her at her level of aggression to ensure that the defense can put up a much better fight in that end of the court.
What's interesting to me with netball also is that there's no shot clock like in basketball. There's a shot clock that you need to get the ball out and shooting within a certain time. Netball doesn't have a shot clock. So to me, teams can capitalize by the fact they can move the ball around as much as they can until they get the best possible shot.
Correct. The closest we have to the shot clock is each player has 3 seconds to receive the ball and pass it along. But the disadvantage with passing the ball many times is that you're giving the defense an opportunity to intercept. It's easy to read plays once you have the balls passing one after the next. That's why most of the time the advice is from the center court, one straight into the circle. So 2 passes and you get into the shooting circle. So passing it around, you are at disadvantage, giving the other team an opportunity to read what's going to take place and intercept. So you want to ensure your team scores ASAP.
I tell you what, we take a short commercial break, and when we come back, the start of the second quarter netball action here. Downtown St. George's, Grenada, the hub of netball for the last 5 days, and into the weekend, we're going to go with netball. Grenada up against Antigua and Barbados, but we're here courtside between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Bajan Jewels. We take a short break, and when we come back, more exciting action.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024.
And Barbados locked in an intense battle here, and for now, as we start the second quarter, it is still unpredictable as St. Vincent's goal shooter goes up and nets another one, edging ahead by just 1 point for the Vincentians. And let's see if they can at least maintain whatever little lead they have. But Barbados is going to reply as the goal shooter goes up and she scores, and ensure that the scores stay tight. So it's going to be another tough battle, and the start of the second quarter is any indication, then it's unpredictable and hard to decide who will emerge champions.
The jewels or the gems. The start of the second quarter.
Frederick is not mixing any matters here. She gets the ball, she shoots, and that's what she's there to do. She's a goal shooter, concentrate on shooting, and right now she's doing what she needs to do to ensure St. Vincent maintains a strong competitor and the lead in this matchup against Barbados.
Well, if height never matters in any sport, height matters in netball, because Frederick does have the height and she's taking full advantage of that height that she has. Barbados, the gems and the jewels. Second quarter action here in St. George's, Grenada. Winner of this match can well as advance further into declaring themselves the championship team in this tournament. Although Barbados is an invite in the tournament, nonetheless, each team has 9 matches to play. Gruesome tournament it is, Blossom, having 9 matches to play. I looked at Guyana this morning, they were out of it. They were in all sorts, having to play so many matches, both morning and afternoon.
Oh yes, but at least it's a even level of fatigue, because all teams now are playing 2 matches per day. So at least there's no great advantage for one team and the other teams are at a disadvantage.
Well, I'm happy that the tournament fixture committee has put games for 5 o'clock than 3 o'clock this afternoon, because the girls were complaining if they play in the morning and then having to come back for 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's a wear and tear on their bodies. But nonetheless, who is me to talk about the wear and tear on their bodies? The wear and tear on their bodies on the court right now between the jewels and the gems. And the jewels up now. That's Christopher. She goes up, doesn't convert. The gems are coming away with it now in the defensive third. Ball played into the center third. 1, 2, 3 passes. And the quicker they can get the pass into the attacking third and into the circle, that's what they want. The fast-paced game tonight. The gems are up, shooting towards the homemade bakery end. If you're a Grenadian, you understand the homemade bakery end scenario. and the jewels, they're going towards the National College end. Tell you what, you still have some time to come on down to the Tanteen court. Grenada is coming up against, they're playing against Antigua and Barbuda, and it's certainly not a walkover for Grenada in this game. Looking a little bit lethargic, Grenada, this morning, I must say.
I think they were trying to conserve their energy, knowing that they had another tough battle this morning, and it was a bit easier match coming up against Anguilla this morning. So they really were taking it easy and not trying to exert too much energy, considering they had to return at 7 p.m. So I think that's what it was, more than tiredness or fatigue on the players.
The jewels, they have a chance, and she goes up and scores.
And the score now moves to St. Vincent 18, Barbados 17. So it's still neck and neck, and only a 1-point lead for the defending champions in this matchup here. Let's see if Barbados will be able to level the score.
Barbados is up and levels.
Nice long shot there by the goal attack.
The score. Yeah, Blossom, just speaking about the Grenada team, because, you know, they're probably the feature team in this tournament because they're the hosts. You fancy the chances against St. Vincent on Sunday?
Oh yes, that's going to be the match of the tournament, as it has been over the past few years of the ECCB International Netball Series. I believe they are the 2 strongest team in the region, and it shows in the way that they face off. That's why it's one of the last matches in this tournament. So lengthening the tournament, building that expectation for what is going to be an intense matchup, because usually that's where the title is decided, that head-to-head face-off.
Another point for St. Vincent Jewels. And Blossom, not to stick too much on Grenada, but yeah, they're the hosts. Kato, what do you make of her? She's a pivotal role for that Grenadian team.
She is, but it has been some time now that Kato has been battling some injuries. That's why she's more positioned in the shooting circle. But I think her accuracy at the net could be more pivotal than her agility. She just needs to plant herself below the pole, collect the ball, use her height to her advantage, and net the balls that get to her.
Well, Blackman and Agard for the Barbados Gems, they're working hard on the other side to make sure that Barbados stays in contention with this match. And highly favored too is Barbados. Likewise, the St. Vincent Jewels, Barbados on the offensive again. Getting into Agard. Agard, what does she do? And one step. And into the hoop. A nice one for Blackman. Blackman reigning 200 caps today. And no lesser country to have that 200 cap than Spice Country Grenada. I have to be a little bit careful too how I speak in this arena, Blossom, because we have some celebrities in the house. We have some strong media personnel too. You have to be careful how we speak here.
You don't want to end up on the wrong side
I ended up on Facebook in this tournament. I was shocked to the bone.
You're starring more than the netballers?
I tell you, and it wasn't commentary this time. So I got to be careful with my language because there are some strong media personnel in this arena. There goes St. Vincent. Christopher converts. So it's an exchange of points, Blossom, and good for the sport, good for the netball, good for the game. Let's hope it goes on to the wire.
And it appears that it will. As it stands now, Barbados has a 1-point lead, 21-20. So it's a tussle back and forth, and that's the kind of matches you can expect at an international level, where it's not an easy run over for either one team, and it's going to come down to the final whistle, the final moments of this matchup to see who will come out victorious.
Well, I think it's just about 8 minutes left in the second quarter. My vision serves me right.
Just over, yes. This time your eyes work.
21-20. Scores locked out in this game here. What a game it's proven to be. We're in the second quarter.
Barbados up by 2 points, 22-20. And St. Vincent are just making some substitutions, making some quick changes on their end of the defense court, their side of the defense court. Let's see what a difference those two changes would make for them.
Well, we didn't get the head-to-head clash between these two countries, but I tell you what, this one is proven to be a cracker. The noise that you're hearing is because Grenada is seemingly doing well against Antigua and Barbuda.
From the scoreboard I'm seeing, Grenada is up 26-14 in their matchup against Antigua and Barbuda.
Grenada needs to win tonight to have any chances of capturing this covetous title.
They need to, and they appear to be on that stream. But based on what I saw with Barbados versus Grenada, Barbados won that matchup, and they are neck and neck with the defending champions. As we speak, with just about 7 minutes to go in this second quarter, Barbados are up 22-20, so they might just defeat St. Vincent as well and continue their winning streak, but it's still early and it's still tight, so let's see what happens.
Well, Coach Crony, the captain, Crony, is really coming out tonight and stamping on authority. And Coach Howell for Barbados, she would have done her work. Christopher. And there Christopher goes. Another point blossom for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yes, and I did. Says it's Barbados. Good job.
And there we see Barbados will take control of this pass as an infringement is called on St. Vincent's wing attack. Barbados trying to get the ball down to their side of the shooting circle. A little fumble there and the ball goes out of court. But Barbados will maintain possession.
Blossom, indeed, I was mistaken for Frederick and Christopher. Christopher is the goal attack for St. Vincent. The goal shoot is Frederick. So it's Frederick with the ball now.
Using her height to her advantage.
Frederick is piling on the pressure. She's rather been accurate tonight from under the rim.
I know St. Vincent has regained the lead by 1 point, 24-23. Oh, I love this game. Keeps you on your toes and you can't tell who's going to win.
An exchange of the leaders.
I know it's leveled at 24 apiece. If you're not here, I don't know where you are, because you are missing out on some superb netball action here. The only excuse you have is if you're not in the island.
Miller for St. Vincent. She went to Christopher. Christopher was looking to find Frederick. She's back to Miller. Miller sends a long looping ball into Frederick. Frederick goes up and converts. And Frederick is really she's seriously using her height to an advantage here tonight.
And that's why she's in the circle, to do just that. Use her height, use her accuracy, get St. Vincent ahead. And they're able to do that with a 25-24 scoreboard at the moment. St. Vincent up just 1 point. Let's see if Barbados can level the scoring here.
Action from downtown St. George's, Grenada. Second quarter action between St. Vincent Jewels and the Bajan Gems. St. Vincent.
An infringement is called. Too close is called on the center for Barbados. St. Vincent will maintain possession as Frederick once again nets another goal for St. Vincent, taking the score 26 to Barbados' 24. Interception there by the goal defense.
The Gems have it. The Gems up court. Trying to find Agard. It's Agard and Blackman. And Blackman goes up and converts. 1 point advantage to the Jewels, but Agard has it now. And it's level scores again, Blossom.
Oh, this back and forth is so riveting. And the ball goes out of court.
Blossom, we were making the point yesterday that equal with the fitness of the players is the umpire. The umpire has to have a certain level of fitness to cover this match.
Oh yes, even though you have half a court that you are officiating, you still have to be back and forth running from here to there. You have to be able to keep up with the players. Your eyes have to be on point as well as your agility, keeping in mind that you have a job to do, and you have to be fit, you have to be agile, you have to be quick on your feet, because some of these players, especially when it's a long pass and you have to get from where you were to where the ball is now, as an umpire, you need to be as fit, if not fitter, than the players.
Well, 27-26 is the Bajan Gems. Well, they gone up to 28-26. The Bajan Gems over the Vinci Jewels. Vinci Jewels was up 2 points a while ago. Now the Bajan come, and the Gems are up 2 points now over the Jewels. The Jewels in possession. Vinci Jewels. Long ball, nice ball, and two players going down there, the goalkeeper and the goal defense for Barbados, but it's a point to the Jewels, so it's 28-27. Second quarter action.
And this is what I pointed out earlier, Lester, in terms of the defense for Barbados. Now both defense are trying to double team the goal shooter, but it doesn't seem to be working. She's using her heights and her long arms, so they need to find another strategy to hold her off. If that means keeping her just at the edge of the circle, if that means keeping her out of the circle, they need to find what would work for them to hold down Frederick, because what they're doing isn't working.
Good interception play from the Gems.
And Frederick seems to be in pain.
Frederick
going behind that last ball that made it down to the circle, there was a slight collision, and Frederick appears to be holding her finger or her arm, but she doesn't appear to want to leave the court. She seems fit enough to be able to play.
She doesn't have,
but she is grimacing.
And I think it's seconds. Is it seconds into the match? We still have some time.
We have less than a minute based on the clock. with Barbados up 29 to St. Vincent's 27. So let's see what would happen in the dying 30 seconds of this matchup. With Barbados with a nice long pass, successful. That's a nice pass.
Barbados 30, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Jewels 27. A 3-point gap with seconds remaining. Under 30 seconds remaining into the second quarter. Coming up to the half, certainly the Bajan Gems will go into the halftime break leading this match.
That's what it appears to be as they net yet another one, bringing their score to 31. St. Vincent still on 27.
31 to 27, center pass to the Jewels, the Vincent Jewels. And 31 to 27, the whistle goes. Frederick has it for the Jewels. A little bit of confusion
and
there.
Infringement there on the wing attack for Barbados. So St. Vincent will maintain the pass and the goal attack goes up. Misses her shot. But the goal shooter catches the rebound and
the whistle went. I wonder if that point will count also. Blossom. It's
and let's see what happens because the score has been adjusted to 30 for Barbados to 28 for
people on the score would need to get it right because we were
so
31 a while ago.
Let's give them about a minute or so to figure out what's happening
it's
there.
Saying 30 to 28
in favor of Barbados.
What I can tell you is at the end of the second quarter, Blossom, what do you make the first two quarters to be?
The first two quarters appear to be Barbados' strength, or at least this second quarter appears to be where Barbados came out. And I think that's what took place with their matchup against Grenada. The first quarter against Grenada, it was another neck-and-neck battle, and it was until the second quarter that's when they started to pick up speed and edge ahead, and that's what's taking place here with St. Vincent. Based on what we were seeing for the tournament so far, the matchup between St. Vincent and Grenada would be the match that everybody is looking forward to. But throwing Barbados into the mix would give you an idea of which of those two teams are the strongest. Barbados beat Grenada. Right now they're ahead of St. Vincent, and that once again puts St. Vincent and Grenada leveled in terms of who can win this championship title. So Barbados appears to have it for now, edging ahead with just 2 points, but it's still halftime. And I'm going to say it once again. The ball is round, the court is flat. You know, that's what I was about to say.
Don't say where you got it from. Don't
okay,
say
I won't tell them it's you, Lester. I won't tell them it's you.
I'll tell you what, Blossom will take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have a preview as to what's going to happen in the second half. We'll talk to Blossom about what the coaches might be possibly telling the players at the start of the second half. So it's live action here. St. George's, Grenada, the hub for netball. It's Barbados Gems against the St. Vincent Jewels here in downtown Grenada. 2-point difference. Barbados is up 30, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 20. We take a short break, and when we come back, more netball action here in St. George's, Grenada.
Women of the Caribbean, yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean.
Start of the third quarter. St. Vincent Jewels. They're up against the Barbados Gems. The Gems leading into the third quarter by 2 points, but now they're up 3. So alongside me, Blossom Alexis. And Blossom, what do you think both coaches will be telling the players at the half?
Right now, what seems to be working for Barbados is their shooters. That's where their strength is, netting the balls that come to their shooting circle, and they're converting those goals. Barbados needs to, St. Vincent, needs to step up on their defense, restrict the shooters, because that's where the strength is. There's points, win games. And if you let them get that opportunity, they're going to net it. So the defense needs to step up their game and restrict the shooters from converting their goals.
Well, very important on both sides is Christopher and Frederick for the Jewels. And then for the Bajan Gems, it's Agard and Blackman. Blackman with a 200 cap today. And if you're in Barbados and you're picking up coverage, want to feel a sense of pride that a 16-year-old who started playing for Barbados
Nice lob.
is now 200 games international. And
That's
the
what St. Vincent needs to do.
score is 31 apiece now. Scores are locked. Third quarter action, 15 minutes a quarter.
Ooh, that was a
And
nice smooth pass.
Smooth was Agard into Blackman. Blackman back to Agard. Agard converts 32-31. Barbados over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Vincent in possession in the center third. And Blossom, we were saying the team that's running the court faster is most likely that team that is going to win the match tonight because the shooters are on point.
The shooters are on point on both ends of the court. So they need to see who needs to, what happens? They need to steal a pass. Whichever team wants it more, they need to steal their passes. Converting your center pass at this point in the game is not going to be enough, and they need to steal each other's shots to edge ahead. Because with the scores at 33 for Barbados, 31 for St. Vincent, and it's been going back and forth since the game started. So stealing probably may determine the winner of this matchup.
So both teams has to rely on the defensive work
Exactly.
to get a victory here tonight because the shooters are definitely on point. Yet to see some spectacular plays. Both teams are basically playing fast and basic.
They're sticking to the basic rules because you don't want to get too fancy, and that may cost you some in this match. So you want to stick to the basics of the sport because this is not a matchup to get fancy in, to experiment with. This is a match to stick to what you know best, and that's good basic netball. 1-2 in the circle.
Well, Blossom, I hope the scorers on the scoreboard is getting it right and not following the game
Let's hope.
and counting the scores.
Let's hope, because it's easy to be bewildered. The way the ball is moving up and down the court,
It's quite easy.
it's easy.
So great athletic ability from both teams. Barbados defeating host country Grenada 2 nights ago. St. Vincent will think that a win for them against Barbados tonight will fancy their chances. If St. Vincent wins tonight and Grenada defeats St. Vincent on Sunday, then all these three teams would have lost one match, and so the goal difference will come into play. And I think both teams and the three teams are quite aware of the scenario.
If St. Vincent wins this matchup against Barbados, I think that would show that they're a little bit stronger than Team Grenada, because that's what the competition match would come down to.
Well, that's based on the stats,
Based on stats.
but in reality, Sunday will prove who has the mettle.
It's going to be a good showdown. But in the meantime, it's a locked battle here with Barbados just ahead on 35 with St. Vincent on 34.
1 point, 1 goal difference. Coming away with it is the Jewels. The Jewels are slowing up a bit in this quarter.
Nice take there by the defense. That was a nice one. That's what I mean. You need to steal it and keep it.
Certainly, the defense will play itself out tonight. On the other side of the court, Antigua and Barbuda against Grenada. So we into the third quarter in this game. The St. Vincent Jewels and the Bajan Gems. Barbados is it now, walking it up court quickly indeed. It's Barbados. Across the court it goes. Is it a 3-second violation?
Infringement. There.
Infringement. The Gems has it. It's played across court. Barbados still with possession. Agard moving around the court, trying to find that position. She does. Balls with Blackman. Blackman into Agard. Agard goes up. She doesn't miss from close range.
And that's when you need to find your comfortable spot because you want to ensure you net your goals. Any
Certainly.
missed opportunity can cost you this game. So find your sweet spot and use it.
And again, Barbados just making sure that, you know, they rally the points at the moment. They're leading. And rallying the points, blossom indeed, is Barbados.
38-35. Ooh, nice long pass.
3-point gap for Barbados over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Who's coming away with it? Is it Barbados? Yes, Barbados is coming away with it. Has an opportunity to go 4 points ahead of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Barbados in the center third. Ball played into Miller. And over to Agard. Agard trying to find Miller again. She does so. Back to Agard. Agard back to Miller. Miller trying to find Blackman. Blackman receives, and what an open play pass into Agard. Agard goes up and converts. And good combination play there. Blossom on Barbados.
They communicated very well to ensure that they do what they need to do. And that was a good play there by Barbados, showing their experience and showing their teamwork.
Barbados again on the offensive. Blackman stretches out and back in. And that play, I saw it with, I think it's Regis for Antigua and Barbuda, where they use their long legs, reaches out, pivots, and come back in.
That's what you need to do. Use your body parts. It's not just about your accuracy, but you have to be strategic in how you receive your balls because you want to get close to the pole to be able to shoot with accuracy. And that's what you use your legs for, your arms for. Reach as far as possible. And sometimes that's where the defense trips up because when the goal shooters stretch for their balls, the defense tries to intercept and there's contact, there's infringement, and the umpire blows. So it's a strategy for the shooters and against the defense.
No major changes for Barbados and St. Vincent in this encounter. Smith playing center for Barbados and Miller for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Two fit players. And they're running the court, running up and down that court, making sure that they contribute as much as possible to their team success tonight. Barbados on top. They have 40 points now. Still Barbados. Is that Smith? No, it's Crony. The captain. Into Blackman. Blackman goes up. In and out goes Blackman. St. Vincent coming away with it now.
Barbados now has a 5-point lead, and I think this is the most deficit we've seen since this game started. Barbados with 40, St. Vincent with 35. The scores have been much closer.
Well, it's a 4-point lead now, and St. Vincent certainly doesn't want Barbados to run away with the advantage on goals. A 4-point gap, and center circle is Barbados. Crony to Blackman. Blackman goes up with a long shot. Coming away with it is SVG. St. Vincent Jewels. Chance to close the gap even further for St. Vincent. Long one and nets.
No shot there. That will not count. As there's an infringement on St. Vincent.
Infringement.
So that will not count for St.
But
Vincent. And
definitely it was a great shot.
It was a smooth shot. Too bad it didn't count. 40-36 in favor of Barbados.
4-point gap. 40-36. And a substitution there for Barbados.
Making a change there to their shooters. So the goal shooter now becomes the goal attack, and a new goal shooter comes in.
So Blackman is off the court, I reckon, Blossom. Or is it Agard?
I think it's Agard that's off the court, and Blackman is now the goal attack.
Blackman has been the goal attack. So Blackman is still there, I think. So we'll pick up the goal shoot. Blackman with it into the goal shoot. She goes up and converts.
That's 41-38 with Barbados just ahead on 3 points. 3 point ahead.
41-38. The Gems. We're into the third quarter. And I think the team that is leading at the end of the third quarter will definitely feel a sense of urgency to get to the fourth quarter, end of the fourth quarter, and win the match.
And maintain that lead. That will probably determine how bad they want it.
St. Vincent slowing it up a bit.
Ooh.
Another point for St. Vincent. So the gap has been closing, Blossom.
The gap is closing ever so slightly. It's now 41 Barbados, 40 St. Vincent. Barbados with another substitution, changing their wing attack.
I want to suggest that these changes are affecting them.
I think they realize they need to
So Crony is off.
get in fresh legs to feed the ball into the shooting circle, and that's what they did, bringing in that new or fresher wing attack. So hopefully she can get more balls into her goal attack and her goal shooter, and Barbados can maintain that lead. Even if it's 1 point, a lead is a lead, a win is a win.
Well, we're coming to you from Downtown St. George's, Grenada, the host of the ECCB International Netball Series. 10 teams. One champion is going to emerge this Sunday. Barbados Gems against the St. Vincent Jewels. It's a grudge match, and it's a match also that can see one of these teams emerging champions at the end of the tournament.
And even in the third quarter, it's hard to tell who will come out victorious.
A nail-biting finish we might have here at Tanteen. In earlier matches, St. Lucia had the better of Anguilla, and Montserrat went down to Dominica, the Nature Girls. The Nature Girls recording their first victory in the tournament. Whistle goes. Play has been a little bit slow, Blossom, in the third quarter. Is the tempo has gone down a bit.
They have slowed it down a bit. I think both teams realize they need to pull back a little bit energy because it's a grueling matchup here, but they can't give up now because there's no room for error in this matchup. 42-41, Barbados with a 1 point lead. You want to maintain your lead. You want to catch up to the lead. So it's both teams need to dig deep and not let fatigue take them over.
Well, St. Vincent winning possession there, and I said previously that the team with the great defensive work will win this game. So locked scores now.
Wow, 42-42.
Barbados just losing focus a little bit. Losing a little bit of concentration is Barbados. And St. Vincent capitalizing on the other hand. Bringing the scores level, 42-42 here in the third quarter.
Ooh, nice touch by the goalkeeper there.
Defensive work. I make it, Blossom, that we in dying moments in the third quarter.
We are. It should be just over 1 more minute left in this quarter.
Contact there. Barbados is going to have an opportunity to be under the rim. Under the rim is Barbados. She goes up and misses under the rim. How difficult is that shot, Blossom? I don't know.
That was an easy one. She just needed a little bit more power in that arm. She probably underestimated the energy that she needed.
St. Vincent with the opportunity to go up in the lead and does so.
And that's what's happening here. You make a mistake, and that mistake could cost you. So now St. Vincent have edged ahead with 43 points to Barbados' 42. And the goal shooter just missed a goal for Barbados. So so she left it open for St. Vincent to take the lead
So
here.
the margin of error is very small in this game.
If it exists.
There goes my analyst Blossom.
And I want to give kudos to the people who put the fixtures together, because they predicted which matches deserved to be last matches of the night, and this was a perfect one. 43 for St. Vincent, 42 with just under a minute left in the third quarter. That's the kind of matches you want to end the night on, an intense one that has you on the edge of your seat, and this match is proving to be the feature match possibly of the day.
And the only thing that's missing is a packed crowd here at the Tanteen Netball Complex, because even looking at the stands for the Grenada game, we certainly would have expected a bigger crowd in. So maybe Blossom, you can make that clarion call to the nation.
Oh yes, they need to come on down here. It's not as satisfying watching it on the social media. You need to be here in the air, on the court, witnessing this action. And the umpires just blew for the end of the third quarter between this matchup here, and once again the scores are leveled. Leicester 43-43. It's not often that you get to the end of a third quarter and you don't know who the winner will be.
If you're a netball fan, you're a netball fanatic, or you have somebody playing for Grenada, come on down to Tanteen. Let's come and support the Spice Girls.
Oh yes, it's only $10 to get into the venue, and you see all the matches of the evening. So it's not $10 per match, it's $10 for the evening of activities, and you have at least 5 matches every evening. So you can come on down to the Tanteen Netball Court. The only excuse you have is if you're not in the island.
Well, before we take a short break, I'll just want to say thanks to my production crew. The boys, they are really getting on. They're bringing some really sweet coverage, Blossom. I mean, kudos to them, you know.
Oh yes, and it has been long days for them, starting as early as 5 o'clock for the setup for the 6:30 matches, and again returning in the afternoon. And you can tell that it's going to be a tough rest of the week for them, but they're here because we're dedicated to bringing you first-class international action at the ECCB International Netball Series. So kudos to the guys, and they can rest from Monday, God willing. Competition ends on Sunday. They have my permission to take the week off next week, please, Lord. Okay, tell your bosses to call me.
Call Blossom Alexis, guys. You're going to get the week off next week. What about WPG 10? You giving them time off too?
They can get 6 days out of the 7.
Are they going to be off air? I'll tell you what, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, it's more netball action down here. Downtown St. George's, Grenada, the place to be, Tanteen. It's Grenada against Antigua and Barbuda, and here on court number 1, scores are locked 43-43 between the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Jewels against the Barbados Gems. When we come back, more netball action into the fourth quarter.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024 to commemorate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The Grenada 50 is printed on polymer. It is the same size and includes similar security features as the current EC banknotes in circulation. This limited edition $50 banknote was issued exclusively in Grenada, but it can be used in any of the ECCB member countries. The Grenada $50 note is legal tender. This means that it can be used for any of your standard and over-the-counter business transactions.
Netball! Netball! Yes! Exciting! Edge of your seat netball is back! It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in the Spice Isle of Grenada, August 23rd to 31st at Tanteen Netball Complex in St. George's. Witness 7 ECCB member countries: Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines battle for the coveted Gloria Valentine Championship Trophy. But wait, there's more. The 5th ECCB International Netball Series will also feature visiting teams from Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Guyana, who will reign supreme at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. Go on out to the Netball Complex at Tanteen or connect to the ECCB Connects Facebook page and YouTube.
And it's the fourth and final quarter between defending champion St. Vincent against Barbados in this, the fifth ECCB International Netball Series. As the fourth quarter begins, scores are leveled on 43. It's been a ding-dong battle between both squads. It's difficult to tell who will come out victorious in this match, and that does not happen often. It's less than 15 minutes left to go in this game, and somebody needs to pull ahead to get this victory. So far, St. Vincent have been tapping into their defense and their offense. The shooters are on point, the defense are on point. Barbados put focus on the shooting side of the court, and it appears to be working for them because the scores are leveled at 43. So, Lester, as we get into this fourth and final quarter, do you have a prediction what is going to happen?
Well, my best bet is Barbados so far because they have been playing more consistent in terms of the attacking opportunities, and even defensively they look a little bit sharper than St. Vincent, but you never know what can spring out in the fourth quarter, Blossom, because the coaches would have done the work at the interval, and let's see if what the coaches have done at the interval, if it's going to pay dividends here in the fourth quarter.
And that's all the coaches can do, guide their teammates, and the teammates just need to execute. So let's see who will execute the better game in this, the fourth and final quarter of this back and forth matchup.
The Jewels against the Gems. St. Vincent Jewels. St. Vincent has it now and goes up in and out of the ring. St. Vincent with it still. Is that Frederick?
Yes, it is.
Frederick goes up and converts, and they're really not taking any chances of substituting Frederick in this game.
Like you said, very little room for error. Very little here. You have to ensure that you net whichever ball comes to you, and once you get that and steal some passes from your opponents, you stand a chance of coming out victorious in this game. It's not enough to just net your own ball. You have to steal some.
15 minutes to decide this one. In the meantime, Grenada, Kato and the girls are giving an exhibition for the supporters, the local supporters here tonight. But we pick up play. Barbados. St. Vincent with the center pass. Ball played across court into the center third. Still with the Vinci Joels. Low pass there. Trying to find Frederick and taking a hit. It's Barbados. Frederick converts. And Blossom will locked on. We had so many interchanges in the lead tonight. You just can't say what will be the certain outcome of this game.
This is a difficult one to predict. It may come down to the final seconds of this game based on what we've been seeing so far. St. Vincent needs to continue doing what they're doing, and Barbados, their scores are on point. They just need to step up on the defense and restrict St. Vincent as best as they can. Frederick is on point tonight. She's using her height, she's using her arms, and they need to restrict her as best as they can. Double teaming her has not worked so far, so they may need to just keep her out of the circle completely or to the edge of the circle as best they can, because once she gets that ball, she's successful so far.
Well, there seems to be a problem with the official scoreboard, so we probably have to rely on our statistician here.
It went off just a little bit. I don't know if somebody kicked a plug, but we're going to go on our own additions here.
Thinking that the score now is 47 to 46.
And Barbados with another one.
So it's 47 to St. Vincent, 46 to Barbados.
Exactly. Once the goal shooter for St. Vincent gets that ball.
48 to St. Vincent, 46 to Barbados. A 2-point gap. The Jewels over the Gems.
Let's see if St. Vincent can hold on to that lead.
Well, St. Vincent has an opportunity to go 3 points up, 49 to 46. Are they going to run away with it here, Blossom? Only time will tell. The Gems has to bounce back. 49 to 46. The Gems with it. Whistle goes. And you can see the goal shoots. They're jostling for position. 49-47. Barbados closing the gap. Center passes with the Jewels. And as I said, Blossom, defense is going to be the winner on the day. That's what's going to be the winner. That's what's going to make the difference between who wins and who doesn't tonight. Because the shooters are excellent tonight. The Jewels, 49-46. Now 50-46.
I would love to see Frederick's statistics from tonight, because I think she's probably only missed 1 or 2 shots, if that many, tonight.
50-47, 3-point lead for the Jewels. The Gem has it. Good aerial elevation there. I think Agard is back on the court for Barbados with Blackman.
Being blown for footwork, 4th quarter in a game like this, that could cost Barbados.
Certainly that concentration is not fully there for Barbados. St. Vincent capitalizing. Barbados on 47. St. Vincent and the Grenadines on 51.
Nice lob there from the wing attack into the shooting circle.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines 52. Barbados 47. And St. Vincent building on a sizable lead in terms of the nature of this match, Blossom.
Oh yeah, St. Vincent seems to be edging ahead just a little bit.
52-47.
On to that.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines Jewels.
Should be just about 8 more minutes left in this quarter, or in this game.
There's a lot of time left. You can see Barbados now trying to ring in some changes. 52-47. St. Vincent and turnover. Ball's out of touch. 52-47. The Jewels over the Gems. And play is with the Gems. 52-47. The Gems. Now still with the Gems. Agard goes up and converts. 52-48. Barbados will have to pull something out of the hat, Blossom.
Well,
because
they're
that
changing
Vincent
their
team
goal
is
shooter.
not letting out.
They're changing their goal shooter, so maybe that's the formula they probably need here to pull back in this matchup. She's coming in with some fresh legs, bouncing around, so she's ready to go. Let's see if this will make a big difference for Barbados and they can catch this one back.
The Gems, they have it now. It's a 4-point lead. 52-48.
And in the event that we are a little off with the score, we're just going to put a disclaimer out there. The official scoreboard is
down.
off. I don't know if somebody kicked a plug or so, but the scoreboard is off and we're going off our own calculations up here.
52-49.
Based on what we're seeing. So if we're off a little bit, we do apologize ahead of time, but we'll try our very best to get the accurate scores, if we're not accurate, for you as soon as we can get that. We've sent word to the scorers that they can fix the scoreboard. I'm not sure if they're aware that it's off, but we've sent word and hopefully we can get the official score shortly. But in the meantime, Barbados with the pass.
52-49. Barbados with an opportunity to make it a 2-point game. And so does. 52-50. Blossom, the momentum is shift to the Gems now.
The ball is not going down to St. Vincent's scoring circle as it did in the 3rd quarter, so Barbados may be able to pull back on this one with just about 6 minutes left.
And so does. 52-51. Barbados with the momentum now. And you know, these teams, they carry the momentum with them at times, Blossom.
Oh,
That
yes.
momentum can take them all the way to the end of the match.
Oh, yes.
52 to 41 is going to be 53 to 51.
When you're leading, you're
Frederick.
motivated by that. When you're behind, you're motivated to get to that spot. So both teams are out fighting, putting their best forward. I'm not seeing any signs of fatigue on either players because they know how important it is to keep up with that momentum. This is a tight match and you need to put your all out there on that court. Even if it's just tonight and tomorrow morning you're tired, but you need to do what you need to do to win that game.
The all-important clash, 53 to 51. 54 to 51. St. Vincent now with the momentum. And the center pass to St. Vincent. Ball into Frederick. Frederick has a chance to go up 55 to 51. Back to a 4-point game. Barbados now with the center pass. Contact. Barbados. Crony. Crony has a work cut out for her for this couple of minutes to come.
There's just about 5 more minutes left in this contest.
55 to 51.
Ooh, nice grab there by the goal shooter.
56 to 51, so a 5-gap lead. That might just take the Vincentians home. Long searching ball again. There goes Frederick with using a height advantage.
That's
57 to 51.
right. From the center to an attack straight into the circle. You're running out of time. You need to do what you need to do.
Certainly, Barbados need to
maintain
regroup
that.
Blossom.
They do. They need to work on their defense because the goal shooter is not getting much competition at all from any of the goal defense or the goalkeeper. She's on point, she's reaching, and she's scoring. She's not missing. If she's missed a ball during this entire match, it's probably 1 or 2 goals. But she is on point tonight, and she knows that's what's needed in this matchup against a powerhouse like Barbados.
57 to 51. And St. Vincent 57 to 52 now. St. Vincent is cheating to the world why they are ranked 17th and Barbados are ranked 19th.
Ooh. Frederick did with a ball to the face. But she's not going to let that hinder
58,
her. And she still manages to net another one.
58 to 52. Screams you're hearing there is the matchup between Grenada and Antigua and Barbuda. That's Howell. What a veteran player she is for Grenada, using her experience. 58 to 52, a 6-point lead. St. Vincent and the Grenadines over Barbados. I take it, Blossom, that we're under 5 minutes in this game.
Based on my calculation, we are under 5 minutes. It's just about 4 more minutes left in this matchup. So this is where it comes down to determine who's going to take home this victory. It's been neck and neck. St. Vincent is just about pulling ahead of Barbados. And as the defending champions, that's what you expect from St. Vincent. Come out here and beat every team in their way. And so far, that unbeaten streak, it seems like they're going to maintain it based on what we're seeing in the dying moments of this game.
Strong, and Talawa is St. Vincent and the Grenadines jewels. Just looking over at the Vincentian bench right now, you can see the jubilation on the faces of the coaching staff.
Oh, yeah. St. Vincent, they're pulling out. And they're doing the long passes. They're not taking up much time to feel the ball around the court because they realize that Frederick is on point. And once you get that ball to Frederick, you're almost certain on another goal. And she's using her height. She's jumping. Even though she's tall, she's extending herself and catching those passes to convert for St. Vincent.
I take it, Blossom, that even at this stage we can declare Frederick the
leading goal scorer.
The leading goal scorer and the player of the match.
It is quite possible. St. Vincent so far has the better in terms of goal difference. Their opening games, they've scored 2 90-plus point games.
Another goal for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, taking the tally to 58 to 52. And another one again, 59 to 52. Barbados is stuck on that 52.
Yes, they are. I think they're starting to just about give up in this game as St. Vincent edges ahead. St. Vincent has scored they have the highest 2 points so far in the tournament, 92 and 93 in their opening matches. And most of those points have been scored by Frederick. And that whistle signals the end of this game here between defending champion St. Vincent, and you can see the bench celebrating that victory. It was a hard-fought one, but a victory nonetheless. Congratulations to the defending champion St. Vincent pulling out this victory against a powerhouse like Barbados. I think this sets the tone for what may just take place in the final matchup between St. Vincent and Grenada, which is, I think, the match everyone is looking forward to, Lester.
Well, if we were to go by the stats and the figures, Barbados defeated Grenada, and then St. Vincent come now and defeat Barbados.
Exactly.
If we were to go by the match stats, you'll probably want to say St. Vincent might have a day over Grenada, but you never know when the crowd comes in on Sunday. Grenada has the 8th player, which is the crowd. You never know what K2 and the girls can spring up. But so far, St. Vincent is looking like the team to be a formidable attack and defense. They played a really holistic game tonight.
Oh, yes, they did.
And they really depended heavily on their trump card, which is Frederick. Frederick was unstoppable tonight, and that's our player of the match tonight. So hats off, congratulations to the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Jewels. And if in St. Vincent, congratulations to you over there, to your team here in Grenada. And you have not lost a match as yet. You are the 17th ranked team in the world, and you have come out here and dominated in the 4th quarter. Congratulations once more to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. On the other side, Grenada is playing Antigua and Barbuda, and Grenada is seemingly having the better of Antigua and Barbuda. But
Yes.
Blossom, what a game we've had. We started the first quarter. It was all after the first quarter. Second quarter, I think again it was all. And then in the third quarter, it was a tussle between both teams. But in the 4th quarter, St. Vincent ran away with the game.
I think it came down to the legs. St. Vincent kept their pace up, they kept their energy up, and they were on point from the get-go with both the offense and the defense doing what needed to be done on either ends of the court. When it comes to Barbados, in the 4th quarter, the dying moments, you can see the fatigue taking effect, and they started to slow down a bit. The pace with which they were playing, as well as the energy that the players had, the passes were a bit shorter from Barbados. So you started to see the tiredness take a toll on them. St. Vincent kept it up. And St. Vincent, I think this would further boost their confidence. As defending champions, you want to have all the wins leading into your final matches. And so far, they're continuing to do that. And to beat a team like Barbados, then you know you're doing something right. So they need to continue with this formula throughout the competition. And let's see what happens for the rest of it. We have about 4 more days left in this tournament. And so far, St. Vincent is showing why they're the defending champions and why the other teams need to take note of what they're doing.
Well, they're certainly having a ceremonial for Blackman. Blackman from Barbados recording a 200th international match, and that's a great way to say congratulations to Blackman.
It's quite an accomplishment and an achievement to play 200 games representing your country, and it's quite an achievement, and I'm glad that the other teams were able to come together and celebrate her. Netball is a sport that takes a toll on your body, especially your knees, and to play 200 matches and still continue to put up a fight and represent your country, that is definitely something to be celebrated.
Played at the age of
Kudos
16.
to her.
16 years she made it to the team. So congratulations again to the Jewels, the St. Vincent Jewels. We're going to take a short break because I think when we come back, we'll be at courtside to do some interviews with the winning coach from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also have a chat with the Bajan coach. So what we'll do before we wrap up, we'll take a short break and go to courtside to see what we have done at courtside. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines winning over Barbados tonight. We take a short break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up.
Netball, netball, yes, exciting, edge of your seat netball is back. It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in the Spice Isle of Grenada, August 23rd to 31st at Tanteen Netball Complex in St. George's. Witness 7 ECCB member countries: Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines battle for the coveted Gloria Valentine Championship Trophy. But wait, There's more. The 5th ECCB International Netball Series will also feature visiting teams from Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Guyana, who will reign supreme at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. Go on out to the Netball Complex at Tanteen or connect to the ECCB Connect's Facebook page and YouTube channel for live coverage of the matches. It's netball action at its best. Excellence and empowerment through sports.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the ECCB? All posts and reactions made by the ECCB on social media will carry the username ECCB Connects and feature this profile picture. Other pages with the name Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, such as these, are not official pages. Like, subscribe, and follow us today. You'll know it's the ECCB by this profile pic and the handle at ECCB Connects.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024 to commemorate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The Grenada 50 is printed on polymer. It is the same size and includes
We are here with the co-captain of the St. Vincent Joels, and we just witnessed a very competitive game. Tell us, how do you feel about the game that we just had? Very competitive.
Well, I feel good. I didn't have any doubt that we were going to lose the game. I had faith in my team. It was just to settle down and play our game, and that we did, and we came out victorious.
We saw some impressive shots from you. Throughout the tournament, actually, we've seen some very impressive shots from you. Tell us, are you pleased with how your team sticks to the game plan? The first 3 quarters were very competitive, as we saw Barbados putting up a fight. Now, are you pleased with the way that your team stuck to the game plan?
Yes, I'm very pleased. We let down a little bit sometimes, 1 or 2 times, but I spoke to them, settled down, continue playing our game, and we did what we had to do.
All right, so coming in ranked as the defending champions, actually, coming in as the defending champions, is there any pressure as you go out on the court?
No, there is no pressure at all. As long as we keep our shoulders high, heads high, we go out and play our game. We have no pressure, just to continue to play, and we will come out victorious.
Thank you very much, and all the best in the rest of your games. All right, guys, thank you very much, and that's it from me here. Back to you.
Nikita speaking there with Frederick out of St. Vincent following their victory tonight here against Barbados. Unfortunately, we don't have the official final scores for you, as the scoreboard is off and the scorers have left the tent, but once we get that information, we will share it with our viewers, so stay tuned to all the channels, ECCB Connect's Facebook page, ECCB Connect's YouTube channel, and that's where you can get all your updates. You can also get the schedule on the platforms so you can see what's happening, because competition continues tomorrow, God willing. We have more matches at 6 a.m. right here live from Tanteen, and then we return for the afternoon games as well. And we ensure that you have all the action. It's broadcast on ECCB Connect's Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as WPG10 Facebook and YouTube and the TV, So be sure to tune in, stick to the platforms, and we give you all the updates that you need. So that will be it for us here tonight. As we sign off from Tanteen St. George, it's the end of day 5 of the ECCB 5th International Netball Series. On behalf of the entire production team, my co-commentator Lester Fitzgerald Smith. I am Blossom Alexis Welsh, wishing you all a safe, enjoyable night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for International Netball.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024 to commemorate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The Grenada 50 is printed on polymer. It is the same size and includes similar security features as the current EC banknotes in circulation. This limited edition $50 banknote was issued exclusively in Grenada, but it can be used in any of the ECCB member countries. The Grenada $50 note is legal tender. This means that it can be used for any of your standard and over-the-counter business transactions.
Netball! Netball! Yes! Exciting! Edge of your seat netball is back! It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in the Spice Isle of Grenada, August 23rd to 31st at Tanteen Netball Complex in St. George's. Witness 7 ECCB member countries: Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines battle for the coveted Gloria Valentine Championship Trophy. But wait, there's more! The 5th ECCB International Netball Series will also feature visiting teams from Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Guyana, who will reign supreme at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. Go on out to the Netball Complex at Tanteen or connect to the ECCB Connect's Facebook page and YouTube channel for live coverage of the matches. It's netball action at its best.